Alright, YouTube, today's Monday. I'm headed for a job interview. We'll see. Can't 100% guarantee anything. I got one today, and then there's another one that takes place every Tuesdays near my house. So we'll see what happens, and then I have to, start calling some people and get some favors. Alright, this YouTube video is going to be called Sex Game, the High-End Nightclub versus the Nightclub. See, I'm convinced that a lot of men are very confused when they go to the nightclub Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, 4 days out of the whole week to spend 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or even 4 hours at a nightclub just to talk to like 15 to 20 women to see if they're gonna score. The reason why I'm making this YouTube video is because a lot of men are confused. A lot of men really honestly don't understand what's the difference between a high-end nightclub and a regular nightclub. Both have a lot of similarities, but a lot of them are different. So let me explain what the nightclub is. A nightclub is something that you see in the movies and the television shows, where you stand outside this long line where it could be 50 to 100 people depending on what city and state you live in. Now, the reason why I'm saying what's the difference, because there's a lot of men that think the nightclub and the high-end nightclub are the same. They're different. One, the nightclub is for people that are average and below average. They just want to have a fun, good time. If you went to work or you went to school and it's been 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, and you want to unwind and have a social experience, that's what the nightclub is for. To meet people that you never met before, to talk to people that you never talked to before, to see if you're going to create some chemistry, to see if your social skills have gotten better or have they gotten worse over time. You might have to go to the nightclub 3 times, maybe 5 or 10 times in 3 to 6 months to know if your social skills are going to help you get a phone number, or do you need some work and improvement. That's what you go to the nightclub for the social experience. Where things get confused and messed up is where you accidentally mistaken the high-end nightclub as the nightclub. Now, the high-end nightclub is where all the rich, famous people go to. Professional basketball players, football players, baseball players, executive producers, actors, film directors, people that are running for Congress. That's what the high-end nightclub is for, where you see all those alcohol beverages on TV during the NBA playoffs, the NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the World Series, where they show those commercials, where you see P. Diddy in the commercial say, "Drink responsibly." That's where the high-end nightclubs is for. That's the ones where they say you got to have a reservation to get in. Sometimes it could take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 2 months to get a reservation at a high-end nightclub. They don't just let anybody into a high-end nightclub just because your name is blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to pass the background check. They have to see if you live in the area. They got to find out what type of job you have, how much money you make. There's a lot that goes into getting into a high-end nightclub. And then you have to dress, because you just can't come in with a basketball cap or baseball cap and think you coming in there like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. More like that. A prime example is Miami. They're just loaded with high-end nightclubs. They got like anywhere from like 15 to like 17 high-end nightclubs in Miami. You ask somebody like Lil Wayne and Drake how difficult it is to be average or below average and to try to get into one of those environments. It's complicated. You would have to save up almost $500 to like $1,000 cash just to get into one of those. And then the pay for the alcohol ain't cheap. Like, you would have to spend literally almost $150 to like almost $300 buying shots for people. And that's at a high-end nightclub. Why, at a nightclub, it might cost you maybe $20, $30, $40, $50 to get in. You still have money. Wherein at a high nightclub, you're broke for the rest of the week, and you may not get paid for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's the difference. And the women, now the women at high-end nightclubs, they are more physically, sexually attractive than the women at the nightclubs. The problem is, the guys who go to the high-end nightclubs, they be broke and don't have no money. And then a lot of times they be trying to get into these high-end nightclubs for the wrong reasons. Like, they be trying to get in because they think if I get the best looking girl that's an 8, a 9, or a 10, I'm going to be the man. I'm going to go on Facebook and brag that I got this chick. Not realizing this girl only messes with guys that are rich and famous. This girl messes with guys that play professional basketball, football, baseball. She messes with executive producers, film directors. And you trying to come in here and you struggling to make $500 or $1,000, and it taking you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or almost a month, and some worst cases 3 months, just to get a reservation. And if they see you come back a total of 3 times, the bodyguards can kick you out of a high-end nightclub because you might look suspicious. Like, at these places, you gotta learn how to talk to women. Like, you just can't stand here for 30 minutes to 1 hour or 2 hours and look at the women because they're cute. You have to talk. And if you're not talking, then these women ain't gonna reciprocate. What's gonna happen is you're gonna get a security guard who's probably 280 pounds, 300 pounds, look like he played for the Minnesota Vikings. You're gonna get at least 2 or 3 of these guys, 300 pounds each, that's gonna walk up on you and be like, "What's up? There's a problem?" And next thing you know, you find yourself thrown out the high-end nightclub. And then you can't come back because if you do, they're gonna have police. And then the police gonna tell you don't come back. Well, at the nightclub, you might got 1 or 2 bodyguards that might be 250, 260, 270, and on an occasion, you might get a big Samoan that's 300 pounds muscle that might knock you out with 1 punch. At a regular nightclub, at a high-end nightclub, you might see 3 Samoans. You might see 4 Samoans. Each one between 6 feet to 6'7", between 200 to like 300 pounds muscle. And you don't want to be saying something stupid that can get you hurt. A prime example is the movie called Players Club. Now, this movie's like about 18, 19 years old, but if you've seen the movie Players Club, that's a prime example of what happens when you go into a high-end nightclub and you think you're going to get the girl, and then you try to walk up on a guy that's like 6'6", 250, and you get knocked out because it's different. The high-end nightclub, you got to come prepared. You got to go in at 100%. You know, you got to have the car. You got to have the looks, the money, the status. You got to be at 100%. You can't come in at 70, 80, 90%. You got to come in at 100%. And a lot of guys accidentally mistaken the high-end nightclub as a regular nightclub. A regular nightclub has the same music that the high-end nightclub plays, but the price is different. You got to make a reservation, and you got to pay. And then you got to be on the list, the VIP list. The regular nightclub might have VIP list, but that's affordable. And you see, when you be trying to get access to the fine chicks, the girls at the high-end nightclub be trying to get access to people like Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Drake, 2 Chainz, Future, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. They be trying to get access to those people. And you will waste all your time and money going into a high-end nightclub. So I come up with some rules. Rule number 1, do not go to a high-end nightclub and waste 30 minutes to 1 hour and you don't talk to no girls. Because what would be the whole point of making a reservation to get into a high-end nightclub? The purpose was to talk to women, right? If you waste an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, there is absolutely something wrong with you if you do that. And it don't matter if you mad because your homeboy said, well, I'm not going to the club tonight. I'm going to take a week off or 2 weeks off. You can't be mad at that person for taking a week or 2 weeks off. there might be other reasons why they want to take a break. If you go in there thinking, well, I'm going to show him I'm the man, that's the second reason why you don't go to a high-end nightclub, to try to show somebody I am the man. Because what happens if you try to show him I'm the man by showing the women I'm the man? The real man is going to come in there and take all the girls from you. And you're going to be in a worse predicament than when you first came in. Reason number 3, stop trying to tell somebody you're going to go someplace to prove to someone that you can be taken serious. Some people are going to look at you and say, so what did you do? And when you say I didn't do nothing, then they be like, so you told me all this week I'm going to go to a nightclub, and when I finally go, you don't do nothing? Stop telling people you're going to do something when you don't do it. Reason number 4, don't waste your money at a high-end nightclub unless it's for the right reason. Like if you go in and you chase a girl that don't like you, that's why you don't do it. Reason number 5, trying to prove you can do it to your best friend. If your friend does it, and this is the thing I think most guys don't understand, just because your best friend can go to Santa Monica, the Grove, Century City, Hollywood, just because he can go to all of those environments, that don't mean you can go in there and do those environments. Just because he can pull women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s, don't mean you can pull them. Remember that YouTube video I called Go After Your Looks Match? Part of the problem in the dating game is that a lot of guys don't want to accept the reality you need to go after your looks match. Guys want to go after females that are not their looks match. And when they go to the nightclub, they don't tell you that they're getting kicked out of a high-end nightclub. See, when you get kicked out of a regular nightclub, you know because you see it. But when you get kicked out of a place that Lil Wayne be at, Drake be at, people be trying to figure out why you go to a place like that in the first place and then get kicked out. I'm just trying to tell you because I feel like a lot of guys are confused. They don't know the clear difference. A regular nightclub gonna charge you $20, $30, $40, maybe $50. The highest a regular nightclub might charge, maybe $90, maybe $100. A high-end nightclub might charge $80, $90, $100, $150. Until then, peace.